Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing today? I hope everyone's doing really well. Happy Friday. It's nearly New Year's Eve. It's still in that middle section where you're not sure what date it is. It's somewhere between Christmas Day and New Year's Eve, and the days seem to just slow down and stop. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's my favourite time of year because it really does feel like you're being given the gift of time. Speaking of time, if you have been following me, you will have seen me starting off my deleting 5 days of television and inserting in that 15 hours, 10 to 15 hours a week, reading. And this is day 3 is completed. This is day 4. And I'm loving it. Again, I feel that my time is my own. I'm choosing how to spend my time. And I'm reading a fantastic book. So Ken Follett, Never. It's really enthralling. I highly recommend it. It is that type of book that gets you feeling excited as you're reading about what happens next. So now I'm deliberately slowing down because I don't want to finish the book. You know, when the book is so good, you just don't want to finish it. Anyway, I wanted to jump on today to talk about my signature method, actually, as to improving your business English skills. Now, it's a signature method. It could be used actually for any type of improvement of skill. So even if you're not learning, improving your English, this technique will absolutely change your life. So it's called the 3 Ps technique, simply because it's 3 Ps. So it's preparation, practice, and then perform. So when it comes to any situation, especially in business, more specifically in business English, when you're having to make presentations or negotiate in a language that is not your native tongue, these times can be very challenging. And I understand so many times my students come to me and they say, I knew the word, but it completely left my mind. I knew what I wanted to say. I knew the phrase I wanted to use, but it completely left my mind. I couldn't find it until afterwards. And so I had to fumble is a great word, look around without being able to see what you're doing. I had to fumble around trying to find alternative phrases and alternative words that didn't really say exactly what I wanted to say. So the technique that I use, the technique that I teach, is to prepare all of your situations. Are you going to go into a networking situation? Are you going to make a presentation? Are you going to negotiate? Are you going to do a sales meeting? What are you going to do? What do you want to say during that meeting, during that presentation, during that negotiation? Make a list of the things that you want to say, and then you can make sure that they are phrased correctly in English. And then you will practice those. You say them out loud, you practice them in the mirror, you put them together. You make sure that they are in the top of your mind. And then you prepare for the questions that you might be asked. So what other subjects might people bring up? What questions might they want more information about? Prepare everything you can possibly prepare. There's no situation where you will come out of a meeting and say, oh, I just prepared too much. It went badly because I prepared too much. That will never happen. So prepare and then practice. So make all the preparations that you need to, and then practice what you want to say. And then at the end of that, you will then perform like a superstar, like an international superstar. Imagine coming out of a meeting and you just say to yourself, oh, that went so well. I knew what everyone was talking about. I knew all of the questions that they asked me. I knew I was prepared, and I had my answers prepared, and I felt eloquent. I said exactly what I wanted to say. How cool's that? That's amazing. When you come out of the meeting, there's an extra little element. I want you to review it. immediately. As soon as you come out, do a little voice note to yourself, write it down, whatever it takes, but remember how you felt when you came out. Remember the questions that you were asked. Remember the questions that you were unexpectedly asked. And then the next time you do a meeting, you can prepare for those questions as well. Is there anything you could have done better? Is there anything that went amazingly well? Make a note of all of those, review all of those details, because that will then help you to prepare more fully and more relevantly next time. So if you do a sales meeting and they only want to talk about the people concerned and any problems that you had to face, next time you can focus more on that. If they only want to talk about trends in the future, what do you foresee the trends to be? Again, you can prepare more for that. So this is all about adding for your preparation. And don't forget, once you've made one presentation, there's a lot of cut and paste about what you have to say for the next presentation. So by working with me or working with a coach, the coach that you choose, if you choose to have a coach, if you really want to grow your skills very quickly, you will choose a coach. Everyone that grows their skills well has a coach to help them, a coach who's an expert in their field. So go to your coach and ask them what corporate experience they have. How many presentations have they done? How many negotiations have they done? Because this is really important, because you need people with actual skills that have done the thing that you want to learn. Business English is one thing, business is another thing, and you need someone that can put the two experiences and the two sets of knowledge together. Okay? So what I do for my students is we go through what they want to say. They make the presentation, they do the they prepare the negotiation, they prepare whatever it is they want to do, sales presentation, networking events. They think about what they want to say. And then I give them some extra phrases that are maybe idioms or phrasal verbs that will fit in really beautifully. They are the perfect word or perfect phrase for those situations. And then what my students do is they go away and what I teach them is, when you first start using them, to put sticky notes on your computer if you're doing it online. And then you can actually use the phrases exactly. But after a short amount of time, you will actually start to remember those phrases because they're very useful and you will use them a lot. So words and phrases that... with this in mind, I actually have a vocabulary boot camp which is coming up really soon, 7th of January. And I will give 2 words or phrases every single day, business words and phrases that I have used over the last 3 or 4 months. Very well used, very useful phrasal verbs, idioms, words, business terminology. And I will give you 2 words every day, and then we will have quizzes. I will jump on and give you live training about the best ways to remember the words that you're learning and how to bring them to your mind so that they are there when you want to use them. There's no point in learning pages and pages and pages of vocabulary if you can't remember the words and phrases that you need at the time. So the key is to learn words and phrases that are relevant to you and keep them in your mind so that when you want to use them, you absolutely know where they are, how to find them. You can use them immediately. So if you're interested in that, let me know. But meanwhile, let me know what you think of my 3 Ps. So prepare whatever situation you're going into. Even if it's not a business English situation, any situation that you want to go into. Do you go into a job interview without knowing anything about the company you want to work for? No. Do you go into do you start cooking without actually getting the ingredients together? Well, sometimes I do, but it never turns out well. It's all elements of life. Prepare what you want to do. Prepare what you want to achieve. Prepare for it. And then practice. Okay, I don't practice cooking so much. That's probably why I'm not very good. But the more you do something, the better you will get at it. It's a very straightforward situation. If you want to learn the piano, you have to actually play the piano. The more you play, the better you'll get. The more easily the keys will come to your fingers. I'm not a piano expert either, but when it comes to English, it's the same situation. The more you say it, the more you think it, the more you do it, the better you will get. But you don't need to learn all this extra information. If you need to improve your English for business, learn the business information. You don't need to learn the interior design words for table and desk, and these are very basic words, obviously, but don't learn words that you really have no need for, because you're clogging up your brain, and your brain will go, don't need that, don't need that. So don't waste your brain space for words and phrases you don't need. I've talked a little bit too long today. So on that note, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to say happy Friday. I know a lot of you are actually off work now. A lot of people in the Far East are preparing for New Year's Eve, which of course is tomorrow. And a lot of people in the Western world have got the time between Christmas and New Year off. So for all those of you that are off, have a brilliant time. Take this time to recoup, regenerate your energy, and just have some family time. It's really important. I, myself, am I'm spending more time reading, actually, which I'm loving. So it's giving me the extra time to read. If you have any questions, please let me know, because I am actually around this week. So let me know if you've got any questions. Let me know if you've got any book recommendations. Let me know how I should be watching, what I should be watching on my 2 days of TV. And meanwhile, I'll keep you up to date with the new change of habit that started. This is day 4. So I'm doing really well so far, and enjoying it, which is possibly the most important thing. So have a really good weekend. It's Friday, and I'll see you soon. Bye.